Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Divine Brands Collective community event. My name is Farhana Cannon, and I'm so happy that you guys came on to learn more about how you can be a part of this community. This community was created to provide resources in terms of vetted contacts in business and wellness, as well as having a community to launch ideas and get support with, and a platform for you guys to shine and really show who you are. So I'm going to go into sharing my screen now. And all of the Zoom buttons are in the way. So, the Divine Brand Collective is a community of heart centered humans that are committed to elevating the vibration of the planet, starting with self transformation, growth, and community building. Our primary objective is to create live and virtual experiences that foster a deeper connection between ourselves and the divine while nurturing personal growth, learning, and positive impact. We strive to provide a sense of peace and grounding to our members, enabling them to continuously evolve and make a difference. We're really committed to bringing in people to this community that feel alignment with this message and are always looking to grow and develop themselves, as well as supporting their communities, whether it be their clients, their families, any groups that they're involved in. So really participating at a higher level. Our mission is just in supporting members and finding deepened relationships to self by integrating the past and providing access to do inner work so that they can show up authentically and confidently. Our mission is to support members to clarify their desires, goals, soul's purpose, and core values personally and within their business. So a lot of times we're in business and stuff comes up. I mean, in every single point in life, if we think about every single decade of our lives, there's always these things that come up, these new goals that we want to achieve. And there's new ways of us needing to expand to actually elevate into those new goals and the things that we're experiencing and all through life. Our vision is it's our hope that each person that heals, grows, will find a way of giving back in service to others. By healing ourselves, we can contribute to profound change in the world. We envision members sharing themselves confidently and authentically by providing them with community, tools for inner work, and resources to support them in their business goals. And so this is the place where we get to show up and really get resources to feel good inside, as well as to not feel like we're spinning our wheels to figure out what the business tool is, or how do I market. This platform will give everyone an opportunity to get the resources within business and wellness. So who we serve is heart-centered business coaches, healers, wellness facilitators, and people that are looking to connect for deeper connection within themselves, path and purpose, and community. And so we have two segments of the business. And one side of it is the membership, that is an ongoing thing that is primarily going to be people that are in some sort of business community role, leadership role, and they want to have access to resources. And then another side of it is we're going to be facilitating retreats. So day retreats as well as longer retreats. And in the future, we're going to be doing business day workshops. And as the collective grows and as new leaders come in, we'll grow and create. And if someone that's a leader is like, hey, I have this really great idea, like, let's do this. We'll partner with this person. We're open to growing. And so I want you guys to, think about what it is that you want to create and how you could have support in that, and how we can bring together the community, the collective, in creating this and really making a greater impact, rather than us just having to feel like we have to do all of the things ourselves. Because quite frankly, we all know how to do a lot of things, but there's some things that we just don't want to do alone. Or we're like, Yeah, that I'll get to that. I'll get to that. And if we had somebody that was just on our team automatically that we knew was really great at and loved doing that thing, why not take that off of our plate and like have them focus on that and us focus on the thing that we really love. And then all of us together can grow this. So this is a membership community. So there is different components on how you can contribute and how you can be a part of it. So the Jade membership is $97 a month, and this is going to be weekly workshops, business and wellness, and those are going to meet Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. There's a weekly mastermind, and that meets. We've been going on for about 3 years now, and that meets Tuesdays at 12 p.m. We're going to be doing moon rituals live and in person. And so the workshops and the moon rituals, that is for the leaders in this community to lead and to showcase themselves, their services, and connect with the community as that expert, as that leader. We're going to be having digital workshops in the membership community. So anyone that does lead a workshop, that will be in the back end forever. And people can always link to your course and purchase, link to your booking system and set up a call with you. And so members will always have access to that. We'll have an online community. I'm going to be using Mighty Networks. So we're working on building that out right now. And everyone on this call will get a month of that. So we're launching on September 11th, and everyone will get a month of access to this community as we build. We do have workshops scheduled out for all of starting September 14th and then moving through. We will be also doing discounts for different services, and we are going to have our first day retreat October 1st in Boston. And everyone on this call will get a $100 discount, but all of the day retreats, if you're a member, you get $50 discount. We'll be doing longer retreats, and then you'll get $250 of a discount. And then we want the members to come in and say, hey, if you're a member in this community, like, here's my free offer, here's my discount, so that people like want to get a taste of what you do. So this is the first event, and I will go through that in a little bit more depth. But essentially, this is a day to like relax, build community, and de-stress, and like really take a dive inward. And also too, so there's opportunities to be, we're looking for some more facilitators. So Sandra on the call now, I'll introduce her in a second. She will be our facilitator, and we're looking for a couple of other people to collaborate. We're also looking for people that want to support in actually getting people here and building the community and having people have experience. I know that in Boston, and there's not really that many experiences that are bringing in different wellness brands and different experiences. I've seen a lot of things where it's just, like a couple, like one person leading like a couple of things, but this, we really want to bring in the community and have like a really like heart-centered, heart-opening, connected day. And so if you do want to be a brand sponsor for this, we'll create graphics for social as well as your email. We'll create an affiliate code and link, and you'll be able to get a $50 commission on any ticket sold. So you'll get a free ticket, and then you will be able to make money on this. So I know many of you guys have clients that would love to be a part of this. And as you being like a brand partner in this, like, we'll recognize you at the event, we'll share who you are, we'll put your logos on all of the marketing materials, and you get to connect deeper. Whenever I go to a business networking event, it's like, hey, hi, how are you? This is what I do. Okay, bye. Here's my business card. And then if I go to an event where I'm sharing like real emotional things, or if I'm sharing like a real human experience with another person, like I end up being like actual friends with that person and like cheering them on and asking them how their boyfriend's doing, or how their kids are doing, or what the new project is. And so it becomes like a more deeper bond when you have these kinds of experiences. And so if you bring your clients to this kind of experience, it just grows that bond you have. And when you have those strong connections with your clients, they tend to stick around and give you more referrals. So another component is the leadership. So the Quartz leadership membership is your opportunity to be featured in a workshop. And if you don't have a workshop, we have an amazing coach that is a speaker coach, and she really helps you find your path and purpose and will help you craft that message. We also will provide an ad campaign for the workshop. So we're going to be, spending money on this ad campaign, getting people to see you. And everyone can join the community once we get launched. Everyone will be able to join the community for a week for free. So if you're leading a workshop and you want your community to see it, you can send them out all of the graphics, the email graphics, the social media graphics. I have somebody hopping in, so I'm just gonna hop off for a second. So we will be crafting all of that for you, so you don't have to be like, oh, how is it going to get promoted? Like, we are going to run ad campaigns, we're going to create the emails, we're going to do follow-up emails. You'll have an opportunity to share a freebie offer. So during the pandemic, I was on like a ton of different workshops and with some really big speakers, and what I found worked the best for people like connecting and opting in after a workshop was like a free offer. So maybe a strategy call, maybe a quiz, maybe a workbook. So whatever it is that works best for your clients, like we would put that in and follow up with an email after. So we have an amazing graphic designer on our team. So all of this branding that gets sent out will, look really professional. We'll create a web sign up. You'll get an affiliate link as well. So anybody that does sign up to your workshop, they can get that free week and opt out. But if they do stay in the membership for that $97, you guys get $20 commission on any person, then that's every month. So, like that's a good, my math's not great right now at 240 just for bringing somebody into this community for the year. And as a leader, and you're letting people know about these events and things that are going on, like that is, just money generating for you that you don't actually have to do anything. And I know some of my residual setups that I have with partnerships that come in, I'm like, oh, that's great. Like I'm getting this little bit of money, or, if I work hard at it, I get a lot, and I didn't really have to like put in so much effort. I just invited somebody to this really great opportunity where they're going to benefit and be thankful to me for it. We're also going to be creating press releases for the event. Like I'm super committed in like elevating the vibration of the planet and having people feel good in their hearts. And, you do that for one person. They go home and their energy is shifted with their families, and now their communities, and now their workplace. And it's like the little differences that we make with people have such a great impact that we don't even realize. And so I really want like our leaders to shine and really support lots of people. So you guys can kind of see some of the other things. Also, if you have an event, like would love to have that on here. We're going to be featuring you on social media. So if you guys are following the Quartz Leader, the Divine Brand Collective on social, you'll see that we're sharing other people's events and other people's content that are a part of the membership. This is our third call, and I'm so excited to see so many amazing people that like are really committed to like, making the world better come on and want to be a part of this and want to like participate. Like I really love that, and it feels super good. So to be a Quartz leader, and don't worry if you guys don't have this, I own a marketing agency, and so I'm not a healer or somebody in that space. But when I was working with, my business coaches or my wellness brands, I really saw like the need for like this cross pollination, because I'm working with brands and it's not, and I give them marketing strategy and I tell them what to do. And it's not that they don't know what to do or can't do it. It's, some things are getting in the way, like life's getting in the way. And so if we can feel like inner peace and supported in different areas that we just don't like doing, we don't have access to, things get moving a lot quicker with the community. So to be a quartz leader, you should have an active membership or contribute $1,000 worth of trade, and that's per approval. So what that means is that this is new and we're growing. And so we want people to come in and offer their area of expertise and help us mold this in a way that helps them shine, but also, you know, helps the community rise, all ships rise, kind of vibes. So also another thing is that we have the mastermind on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. And I've been running this for 3 years, and every single person that's been active on in that community has done business with other people, has gotten referrals from other people. And it's when we show up, my business coach said to me, he's like, one of your greatest assets is that you just keep showing up. No matter what happens, you keep showing up. There's this one time that I like had this huge breakup a couple of years ago, and he messaged me and I was like, this happened. He's like, well, I have one of the speakers canceled at this event in LA in 2 days. Do you want to come speak? And so I took one day to cry it out, stayed in bed and cried it out. And then the next day, packed up my stuff, got on a plane, changed at the hotel that the conference was in, and got up on stage and was like, okay, let's do this. And so being a part of that mastermind and constantly showing up shows people that you're committed to them, but it also lets people build trust and learn more about you. We want referrals, but are we willing to put in the work to actually build that relationship in which somebody would say, yeah, that person's awesome. I know that they're all of these things. So that's that opportunity, is to like show up, share who you are, build those relationships on a weekly basis, bring people into them. So it's like, oh, I have somebody that I need Mimi to meet, or I have somebody that I need Eileen to meet. Instead of having them do that like email intro where you never know if they're actually going to talk and, whatever it is, have them come to that mastermind and meet. And it's not that sales call where they book the appointment. It's this is a community. We're just getting to know each other and see if we click and see if we want to take it to that next level. Then if you do lead a session, if you want to lead a moon ceremony, you don't necessarily need to have a service that is an $1,000 product. But if you are leading a workshop, these are informational based, and we want you to have a sales funnel and this product to sell. And we are going to be asking for a 20% commission of that. And then if you sell anything outside of that, so if somebody doesn't want that product that you're selling on the workshop and they want monthly coaching, we just ask for 20% of that first month, and then that client is yours. A lot of different communities like this do require commission, like ongoing for the life of that lead. But I feel like that's too much, and I really want you guys to succeed. And so we just want like, that first month, that first thing. We also recommend that you have an upsell offer. And anybody that is interested in leadership, the process goes that you'll set up a call with myself or Mimi, and we'll discuss what this offer looks like. Then there's a form to fill out with some of the details, and then you'll get on a call with me and I'll go through all of your marketing stuff with you. And I'll give you like a whole list of recommendations of like what needs to get done so that you have an effective sales and marketing funnel. And this will help you in the community, but this is also something that's really valuable for your business in general. And if you have all this stuff already, like awesome, like we can set up a date. We are looking for some speakers for the last week of October. and November. So we have September and the beginning of October set up. And then we'll just continuously be promoting you. We do have upcoming events. And so there is another Zoom. So if there's somebody that you guys think would be awesome for this community, would love the referral. And even if you are just a member in the community, you don't necessarily want a leadership role, you can still make commission off of anybody that you bring into a Jade membership. And I want to show you guys just a brief overview of the Boston Day event. So for the Boston Day event, I'm looking for people that would love to support, be, a facilitator, like, really show up as a leader in this. We are looking for somebody that does sound bowls. I have a couple people that I have in mind for sound bowls in the breathwork section. Sandra is going to be leading the embodied authenticity workshop and facilitating the whole event alongside with myself. We'll have crystal sound bowls, breathwork, a cacao ceremony, primal dance that Sandra will be facilitating. So I would love for you guys to all join us for that. And Mimi, do you want to take us into I gave you guys a lot of information. So Mimi, do you want to take us into a little bit of a breathing exercise?
Hey, everybody. Absolutely. So we can really absorb all of these beautiful things that Farhana has revealed with us. So I just want everybody just to kind of like shake out the torso. Yeah, just like roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. And let's drop out of the mind for a moment and into the body, closing down the eyes. And if you can place your feet firmly flat on the ground, that's helpful to feel supported and nurtured and to feel the vibration that's coming through the bottoms of the feet. Placing one hand on the belly now and one hand on the chest. Becoming instantly present by connecting to the breath, the prana, the chi, your sacred energy inside you. And what makes this group different is that we call on the power of the collective. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs to begin. And inhale deeply through the nose. Gently sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. Again, deepening the breath into the belly. And relaxing it out the exhale. Instantly feeling release and relief. Inhale, feeling the rise of the palm of the hand as the belly expands. And releasing it out. Bringing the hands together in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra, and rubbing them together quickly and efficiently, and just creating that friction, that energy, that heat. A little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. And now separating the hands about 6 inches apart and feeling that strong electromagnetic charge as you draw the hands a little bit closer and closer together, feeling that power, feeling your source and becoming the conduit of this energy from this moment forward. And just before the hands come to touch, placing the left hand over the heart and slamming the right hand right over the left, placing all of that beautiful energy right back into you. And as we grow this collective, we begin to vibrate together. And that's when the real transformation happens to expansion and growth. So we can calibrate on the highest level of energy, which is love. Lifting the hands up over the head now with a big breath in. And exhaling it out. Opening up the eyes, maybe giving a little flick of the wrist. taking off our serious pants for a minute and becoming truly present. So grateful to see each and every single one of you here today. And I can just see the radiance in everybody's eyes just coming through. And as business owners, and I'm just going to interject this because I was really thinking about it earlier today as we were preparing for this call, is, you know, we're so powerful, right? We're powerhouses as business owners. And in many times, the business is an extension of ourselves. It is our window to the world. And we can really elevate that impact that we have by working together. But also, since we're so busy, we have to maximize the time and the effort that we put in. So by taking everybody's ingredients, everybody's spices, and by adding them to this collective recipe of business, spirituality, growth, awakening, whatever language you want to put on it, that's when the true magic happens, and we begin to create this dish, this gumbo of expansion in so many ways, in abundance. So thank you so much.
Mimi, do you want to share a little bit? So Mimi is on our advisory board and she's helping me create this project. So do you want to share a little bit more about what you do and who you are?
Sure. Thank you so much. My name is Mimi Dara, and I'm the founder of Maison Palo Santo, yoga teacher, and also breathwork facilitator. Specifically, I work with Soma, which is a wonderful modality that we pair music with rhythmic breathing so that we can supercharge our energy and find inner peace. But my brand I created on my own. And in 2016, you know, we launched this brand. And what we do is we connect people to their innate potential through the power of Palo Santo, right? The wood. Sorry about my video. And our innate creative potential, right? How can we bring this practical and impactful approach to mindfulness, not only through our line of products, but also through our experiences? So we're a mission-based brand that sources our Palo Santo close to our home in Ecuador, that just keeps evolving into a lifestyle through our variety of products, but also through our Palo Santo Sacred Journey workshop. And now as an extension of the Divine Brand Collective as well. So essentially, we're a product-based business that also offers experiences, not only included with the packaging, but also in person in cities all over United States, including New York, in New Jersey, Miami, Austin, LA, and everywhere in between, and hopefully coming to a city near you. So thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. And then Sandra is also on our advisory board. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me well? I have this new headphones. Yeah. Mimi, I love that you shared about gumbo because I'm in Louisiana, and I just saw like a big billboard dedicated just to gumbo. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Sandra Trujillo. I am a psychospiritual alignment coach, also a yoga educator. I do really, really awesome live events with people exploring consciousness and exploring our psyche. My work, I'm the founder of the Conscious Creator Experience, and my work focuses on supporting people in developing their personality and getting really aligned in their ego and their psyche so that their soul can express through it. I'm passionate about this work. I'm passionate about community building. It has been like a very focal point in my life because I do believe that our wounding starts in community and it gets healed in community when other people can see us in our wholeness and welcome us and celebrate us in all our colors. So that's a little bit about me. I'm a traveler, an adventurer, inner and outer. And yeah, I'm excited to get to know all of you and hopefully co-create some magic together.
Sandra, can you share a little bit about your upcoming September 14th virtual workshop and also the Boston? Because a lot of people on here are from Boston, and I would love to see them at our day retreat. So share a little bit about what you're going to be bringing to them, and the fun that you're going to be offering.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I'd love to explore the shadow parts of us and in a fun way, because I feel like so much of us have this connotation that the shadows are the parts in us that are bad. And what I love inviting people to consider is that our shadows are actually just simply the parts of us that have been in the dark, and they also hold our greatness, they also hold our potentiality. And so some of the ways that we explore tapping into that is through play and through conscious embodiment. So the workshop that we're going to be doing online, it's about authentic expression and learning to tap into those parts of us, to find our gifts and to access their uniqueness, so that we can call on them whenever we want, so that we can be a very centering self and know that we have all these colors that we can call on whenever we choose. And so it's beautiful work. It's the work that I've dedicated my whole life to. I'm a retired actor, but I trained in theater and behaviorism. And I really believe that our thought patterns and everything that we put our attention to becomes projected in our persona, in our body, in our resonance, that we don't only communicate through words, we communicate through what we were putting out. And so it's not just about expanding our awareness, it's about getting very clear on the choices that we are going to embody and then doing that. And so the workshop is around that. And the live event that we're doing in Boston is really exciting, because it's something that I've been doing in Miami, and I'm just merging it into the experience that we're creating with Farhana here. Is that we are going to explore what it is to open up our antenna of consciousness, which is our body. Our body holds our memory. Sometimes our awareness expands, and yet we need time for the body, the somatics, right? Our energy, our emotions to catch up. And so the way that I've been for a long time in my own practice exploring it is that the moment that we release tension from our bodies and we can tune out the noise of tension, of sorrow, of grief, we let that go. It's so much easier to tune into our center, to actually feel who's left. And from that place, we can create conscious visions. We can allow ourselves to expand our center of awareness and will, to call forth what it is that we're really here to create. So we're going to be moving through very fun mobility, and also getting very clear on our vision and coming up with decisive actions on how we're going to embody them, so that it's not just awareness that we're expanding, but that it's ways of being fully embodied, because we're not stuck in the past idea of law of attraction, which is just want things and they come to you. We're really thinking a step forth, right? That is a law of correspondence, that you're not getting what you want, you're getting what you are being. And really embodiment is in my experience and in working with so many people doing this work, is that we transform our lives when we change, when we can actually step up in our embodiment, right? When we can not change who we are, but um, expand in every way. And so, yeah, that's my invitation. I hope to see some of you there. I hope to dance with you and to celebrate life together in a conscious way. I'm passionate about this.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. So the live event is October 1st. I put the link for that in the chat. And we are doing an early bird special with $100 off for, people that are coming on these calls and being a part of the community. And then I put a link to become a member and to become a leader. I'll be doing, so Mimi will be doing the following Thursday, a breath work workshop. And then the following Thursday, I'll be doing a branding. So sharing your gifts with the world, how to tell your brand story. So we'll go get into that, of how to be really clear and how to really embody your brand. Because as you know, the types of businesses that we are a part of, it is really an extension of us. So it's how are we really resonating with our target demographic, but really expressing who we are. And then the following week, Eileen will be doing a communication workshop. Eileen, do you want to share a little bit about your communication workshop?
Okay. Well, Farhan and I are still working it out, but what it's going to be is a an introduction to 5 aspects or 5 practices that really work to have you be able to say what's on your mind and heart and actually be heard. A couple of them are actually have a dialogue. Don't do email. Don't do texting. It doesn't work. Not for communication. I have discovered so much about what doesn't work in communication. I have tried it all. And so the 5 practices that I've come down to, one of the things I want to do, what I'm preparing to present, is a 5-week course in which each week we practice one of those practices and really get a handle on what it is to be present to ourselves, to what it is that we actually want to say. And often what we want to communicate is not the first thing that's there. I was working with somebody whose brother was always late for every appointment. And he was resentful, he was upset, and he got to the place where we worked on, okay, you can say this. And he took a deeper dive, which is one of the practices. What do you actually want to communicate? And he saw that for him, what he wanted to say was that I don't think you love me. That was the communication. But it took a minute or 2 or 5 or 10 to get to it. And sometimes it isn't, it's not that you're upset about this thing. You actually want to make a request about that. So that's just one of the areas that when we don't get clear about what we want to say and what we want to get across, it's going to be muddy and the results will be muddy. So I am passionate about communication because that's how people find their voice and take risks and make requests and say things they never dreamed they could say. I can tell people that I'm upset with them in a way that has them want to thank me at the end of it. Didn't used to be able to do that. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Eileen. And then the following week, we have Alessandra Polina. She's one of our leaders and she is a PR expert, and she is going to be doing a workshop on how to get maximum exposure and get, press. So we're incorporating all of these different elements of like internal and external business practices to really support you. And I would love to open up the floor now to ask any of you, does anybody want to be a brand partner or facilitator in the Boston event, or anybody want to be a leader and share their gifts with in our workshop series? Or if anybody has an event that they want to partner with and actually, maybe they need other facilitators, or maybe they want like some co-branding for their event. So I'm open up the floor for anybody to share whatever they are feeling right now.
I am so enrolled in doing something on October 1st. I just looked at my calendar. I could actually, it's a couple hours drive to get there, but maybe I could get there the night before. Anyway, I can be in Boston. I used to live in the area in the 90s. I'd love to do something if you think it's appropriate, some kind of something that talks about the power of being in the present and being able to speak. Maybe some practices on saying something to somebody that you don't know how to say, and you work with somebody else and you work it out together. So you actually go home and have that conversation, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll talk about that later. We have a call in an hour. Anybody else?
I'll just have a question. So I'm definitely drawn into this collective and would love to be a member and come to the, I think I can come to the retreat. But if I'm not ready to like jump into the courts leadership yet, is there like an opportunity later to then like upgrade to that after being a member for a bit?
Yeah, of course. So that just is kind of a process too. So I assume that, if you just show up, just join them, like be a member, come to the mastermind, come to the workshops, like just, be a part of the community. And then I think as you like experience some of the other workshops, you'll get ideas of how you want to create yours. And then you can always work with me. So when you are ready to be a leader, you just set up a call with me, and then we go through and just break down, okay, this is what the stuff is that you have. This is how we position it. So I'll create like a game plan for you, and then we can schedule you in, sometime in the year.
Is that a monthly cost too, or is that just the like commission thing?
That's just the commission.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you invited me to this. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you came.
Can I just add one thing to that, to what Nikki said real quick? And I think that's such a great question, because all of those identifiers on the court's leadership are an excellent framework right there for actually anything that you can launch in your business. So just by using that as kind of like a list of things that need to be done, the leadership being a great motivator to have these amazing systems in place, right? Because sometimes just having that organization itself is it's a priceless value, right? Because we have to have the framework in order to get to whatever goal we're working on. So that was an awesome question, Nikki. Good to meet you.
Yeah, and that's the template that I create for all of like my clients. So it's like we work on the branding, the messaging, so the aesthetics and the words, and embodying that into who you are, and then building out. So Melanie's not on our call, but she's also one of our leaders, and she is an automation and tech expert. So she does all of the build stuff. And, I work with her. I mean, my team does building too, but I just prefer to not do any of that anymore and just have Melanie build all of the things and just focus on the branding, the messaging, and the strategy. So like what needs to happen? Like, okay, they book a call with you. Now, what is your 3 email series if they don't sign up? Because we think when somebody says no to us, it's just no. But it could just be like, not right now. I have to plan a trip with my family. I can't focus on this. And maybe I need it in a couple months. Like, and also in the mastermind community, I've had people that have seen me speak at an event that have come into the mastermind community, and maybe 6 months later they're like, okay, now I'm ready, because they've built trust with me, they've asked questions, I've shared information, and so then they're like working on the little things that they need to do, and then finally they become ready. So like everyone's in their own process, and so like I really want to provide like that marketing strategy, that back end part of it. And like, I really love bringing people together. Like all my life, even when I was a little kid, like I always was like, I like to collect like amazing people. And those of you that know my mom, like also know that she's a collector of the people. And Eileen is my mom's friend from my childhood. Like my mom just collects these amazing, beautiful souls. And like my mom's like mission is to like save the world. And so like I really just like love bringing in people like that like want to support one another and like save the world.
Very clear, Farhana. Very clear.
So Farhan, if I'm able to share it, so I'm not in really like the wellness industry, but I am kind of researching the connection between wellness and mitigating bias. So I took a course on MBSR. I've taken courses at Harvard Business School on mindfulness leadership. And of course, I'm like, my expertise is in organizational change management, leadership, and diversity, equity, inclusion. And my background of connecting kind of like the response in high stress situations, your amygdala, your fight or flight, and then calming down your nervous system so that you can address and mitigate biases that occur, I think is like a really interesting connection that I'm not sure if that's a space in the event, like your retreat in October, but I think down the road, if anyone wants to kind of partner in learning more of the connections, I think I could learn more of the connections and sort of like remedies to mitigate the bias, calming down your amygdala, calming down your nervous system. I think that would be a really cool future workshop that could align those kind of concepts. But so thank you for letting me share that. But yeah, I loved hearing about the work that they're doing and just everyone's expertise in their individual field.
I think that would be like a really cool like virtual workshop to do. And I also think that There's some corporate people that have started. So I do also see, bringing people from the collective and creating different customized workshops for different, like I've had like a couple people reach out to me and say, oh, I would love to bring this into my organization. One of my friends just went to a CFO event, like conference, and he's like, you should be a speaker there next year, and to share with the people that are actually giving, the spending, creating the budget, to show them how valuable bringing in this wellness piece. And I think that piece is really good to bring in when it comes to like a corporate structure. But I think like we curate it, so it's like we take people from this community and we create a whole program for them, because I think companies more are now like seeing that how people are feeling impacts their bottom line. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And also just throwing it out there, I do have a podcast. So we bring on wellness professionals, from actually professionals from various industries that are looking to advocate inclusivity and kind of equity in the business world. And so if there's ever kind of a connection there as well, would love that opportunity to connect.
Amazing. Does anyone have anything else to share before we do our closing? Okay. Mimi, would you like to close us out?
Sure. So everyone close on their eyes once again, and let's bring the gaze inwards. And just take a couple of really cleansing breaths now. So we'll breathe in deeply through the nose. Relax the breath out the mouth. And inviting a beautiful feeling of flow into the lungs. And no real control in any specific breath pattern, but just drawing in a deep feeling of gratitude. Gratitude is an emotion that can drop us instantly into joy, which is our true nature. And taking this final moment to honor yourself for showing up, for taking the time to show up. And if nobody told you today, you're truly doing a wonderful job at whatever it is that you're working on. And just internally, before we exit this practice and before we end the call, just bring up one thing to your mind's eye, to your third eye center, to the forefront of your mind, whatever it is that you want to call it. Just bringing up one thing that you got out of this call today. And let's breathe into that sensation deeply into the nose. And let's release that intention and sensation out into the universe. And when you're ready, just coming back into the collective, into the space by opening up the eyes and knowing that you are a part of this foundation and you are appreciated and that you are seen and that you are supported. Thank you.
Thank you guys all for joining. I put in the chat the link with the promo code for the day retreat. I also put in a link for the become a member and become a leader. So the become a member, like that platform isn't live yet. That will go September 11th. But if you put in your information to that, you'll be put into a list and you'll get that the month free and access to that once we go live. So right now it's just a form with your name and email so that I know that you are interested. And once that goes up, you'll get the link for that free month. And then the become a leader, that all of that stuff is set up. So you will get an email to book a call for that. And then you'll get an email at the end of this call to with all of the information that we discussed in here. And if you guys have any questions, like feel free to like email me, connect with me, DM me, all of the things. I would love like this. In my gene keys, I realized like, like everything, basically I learned about gene keys after I started this project. And when I read it, I was like, yes, I'm on the right path. But one of the things it said I needed to work on is like, I need everything to be like perfect in a certain way. And it said for me, if it's aligned with my purpose, that I should just let it flow. And so I'm taking that on and just letting people bring in their ideas and being like, okay, that's cool. Let's move in that direction. So just being more at flow, like still being on purpose and like moving forward, but like bringing in people's ideas. So I would love like any feedback. Just if you guys follow us on social, if you tag us, like, we'll definitely, if you have something going on, I'll share it on our page too. So thank you guys so much for being on, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Oh, Nadia, I wanted to tell you, oops, she hopped off.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I'll see you guys in a bit.